This is a perfect question for Lisa. I think this may be our last question tonight. Let's see. If someone has blockages, can Cardio Miracle help to dissolve the plaque? Also, will it help someone who has AFib?
Well, I can just say this. Of course, we don't treat, cure, diagnose. We aren't cardiologists. We don't want to give anybody the impression that we have the opportunity to, rotor all the, the arteries in the body. But we know one thing for sure is that you need blood flow. And nitric oxide is excellent for blood flow. And I would say, of course, for this call is to, follow your physician's advice. But at the same time, if it were me and I was in that type of situation, I would do a minimum of 4 servings of Cardio Miracle a day. Because number one, you have all the anti-inflammatories. You also have vitamin C, which will make your blood more viscous, meaning it's the cells float against each other. They don't clot and collect. That's really important. There's been many studies on vitamin C and the lowering of inflammation inside the veins and arteries. So the whatever type of blockage it is, you still are going to need great nutrition. So I would say again, if I were me, if I was you, I would take 4 scoops or 4 a day. And then just see how you feel. And even if you have to have some kind of intervention that this would still be a great way to go. But Josh has actually a story about his father, which is the first story that I heard when I met them. And then my friend that was with me, she happened to be an atrial fib, believe it or not. And so we were both talking to John and Stan about the products, and she was talking about her atrial fib, and I was talking about my high blood pressure, and we were quite a pair. But we were talking about how could this product help both of us at the time. So she's been on the product for, I think, what is it, almost 3 years? And she has sustained herself in normal sinus rhythm, and she contributes it to Cardio Miracle. So atrial fib is when you have the abnormal beats, your heart doesn't beat properly, right? You have the abnormal beats in there. And the danger of that is always that you're going to blow a clot, right? You're going to develop a blood clot because your blood is not flowing perfectly. But again, with the Cardio Miracle, not only the nitric oxide to increase the blood flow, but for the inflammation that happens at the same time. And then, of course, you have all the other nutrients. Magnesium is super, super important for heart health. And we have a great magnesium in the product. So again, you're relaxing the veins and arteries, you're increasing the blood flow. So I would be very surprised if you didn't start feeling better after a short amount of time. And if you, as far as the atrial fib goes, if it were me, I'd definitely be taking a minimum of 2 of the servings a day. And then going into, just see how your body feels. Again, we don't treat, cure, diagnose, but listen to your body.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and something I'd like to point out before we end here is someone very, very close to me, and she was 78 years old, I believe, and just a really good family friend. And I got her on the product early on when we first started in 2013. Wow. And it was pretty neat. And um, she actually started feeling this kind of flutter happening in her
Oh, wow.
chest. So she rushed to the hospital, thought she was having a heart attack. And that's the thing, is that when you start waking things up inside of your system, and if you are taking 4 servings a day, you are going to feel something. And I'm not saying, like, we're not curing, diagnosing anything, or telling you not to like panic or anything like that. But just be mindful that if you feel things waking up, that's the process. And so we do say to kind of ramp up to that, so to speak. But there are times when people just want to feel an instant benefit, and or an instant resolution or whatnot, and they'll just go for it right away. But that can be kind of scary for people to feel that when they haven't felt it in decades sometimes. And so I just want
Yeah.
people to be aware of that. So
Thank you so much.